Alrighty. So, let me. Couple more things. Alright, so. Welcome everybody. Everybody's here, right?
I believe everybody's here.
Oh, I'm not hearing anyone anymore. That's headphones.
Some here.
Okay. There we go.
Travis, your hair looks great.
There we go. Okay, now I can actually hear everyone. Sorry about that. I had some audio issues. Okay, so welcome everybody to session 19. How is everyone doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Alright, that's good, that's good. Okay, so with that said, where did we leave off in the last session? Okay, so basically
I think we were about to leave.
Yeah, so last we were on the dreadful seas of Cerdonia. The group had been visited by what's her name? Mechanic.
Cyrilla Xenocostus.
Cirilla, thank you. And she was making plans for us taking some of the Nahuatl, I guess we're calling them.
Mhm.
And we were visited also by. I'm terrible with names. My goodness. From the Asphodel Syndicate.
Yes, that is
Macaria.
Myra.
Macaria.
Macaria.
Macaria, who had informed Morgan that Pluto had been killed, and informed us that the capital was all but defenseless at this point, and now would be the best time to make a move on the Ilias council member by the name of Aphrodite. Right? Yeah.
Hera is the one that's still there.
Hera. Sorry, Hera. Anyway. So the plan has changed again.
Yes, Hera is the one that's still in.
We're also going to be meeting up with, man, I forgot where they were, but they're on the same continent. Next door.
Yeah, so basically, Cirilla wanted you all to help her launch an attack on the capital of Ilios, but there was some doubt as to whether or not it would be a good idea because the constructs were still possibly able to be possessed by the demons, but we don't know yet. And so Cirilla offered a sort of test run by going to see a neutral demon from in the in Zov known as Hestia.
That one.
Right.
Hestia will fight with us, but kind of nice to have demon on demon action.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm sorry, everybody. I know this should have been pre-stream, but how's my volume sounding?
your volume's pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah.
And not too loud, not too soft.
Yep,
Yep.
sounds good.
Awesome.
Um, okay. And then actually something I should probably have mentioned at least in the last session is Viserys, your character, actually can recall the village that apparently this demon Hestia inhabits. It is Rosmoen.
Rosmoen.
Mm-hmm. That you can check that, but I assume it's. Do you remember Rosmoen or?
As Jason the player, no, I do not. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But
It is
I mean,
your.
if you say it's part of the history of the Tales of the Windbreaker prequel, yeah, we can say that.
Yep, it is in the. You can look at it. It's in the Discord thread. The Windbreaker's Folly. It's still there.
Under.
In the group for in-game chat. But with that, I believe specifically last left off as, what was not actually mentioned, Arya and Nakamero, the two of you having, a sort of sibling bonding moment, kinda, as the two of you both embrace your, vampiric nature to sort of, try to see the memories that both of you seem to have, but none of you actually know where those memories came from. And having seen all of these visions.
We some kind of Pandora's box. Shrek. What's that?
Yeah. And after seeing some, were they memories? Were they visions? You're not sure, but eventually you all make your way back to the, and join everybody else, who is probably most likely awake or dropped dead asleep after either staying up all night training to be mages, or woken up by just Arya waking up and just eating shit on the wood. But you all eventually find yourself awake. So, with that, everybody finds themselves.
I have a point of exhaustion.
Yes, we did say you got a point of exhaustion for your day's work, or your night's work.
I did not.
You did not, because you actually got sleep. Terrible sleep, but you got sleep.
I guess it's up to me morning's class.
Mm-hmm.
I'll power through.
Right. So with that, everybody is currently awake. And what does it look like for everybody this morning in the morning?
Morning class.
Morning class after everybody. We'll start with either like Morgan, Lokir, or Viserys, since the two we kind of know what happens for the first half hour of Arya and Nakamero waking up. But Morgan, you kind of just come downstairs and just find three of Viserys's commanders just drop dead asleep, all sitting in the different chairs at the table in the kitchen.
Well, Morgan's like completely hungover, so she just sort of looks at it, doesn't give a shit, and then she just kind of walks over to the kitchen in autopilot and starts making breakfast. She's just like, she's basically dead on her feet, but she cooked.
How does waking up look here?
The first thing I'm gonna do is check my book for any new information, just in case.
Okay.
And if I find nothing, I'm just gonna walk downstairs, completely ignore whatever is happening in the main area and go into the study.
Okay. From the looks of it, there doesn't seem to be any new writing or scriptures in your journal. All right. So you make your way to the study. Viserys, what does waking up look like for Viserys?
Full of joy, possibilities, and positivity. He bounds through the door like Kramer and Seinfeld and goes, "Good morning, everyone!"
Turning
You just-
to you, rather chipper.
Today we're going to change history, my friends.
We have
Or
a day
die
of travel.
trying.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably die trying, but it's a worthwhile endeavor, and it is the warrior's way. So,
I actually agree with you.
go run over to Morgan and grab her by the shoulders. Morgan, my love, how are you on this beautiful day?
Peachy.
Okay, well, now, I had some ideas last night. So we have some magic adepts, initiates, right? And since you are known to be somewhat sneaky, I was wondering if you could do a sort of boot camp for a few of the other members.
That's a good idea. Sure
I've been
thing.
working on all of them. Yay! All right.
Are you sure you want to be teaching them in your condition? Don't exactly look ready to slit my throat.
I'll do anything that makes them more, well, makes the enemy more dead.
Yes, that's the spirit. Yeah, here's some coffee, coffee, and just searching all around trying to get some caffeine for the girl and be as helpful as possible.
I accept your offering.
Okay.
Sorry.
Viserys, at this, you do also see that your three I think all three of them, you see all three of your commanders are you've kind of woken them up by talking to Morgan, but you can see they are passed out. It looks like they were up all night, and got maybe the last 2 minutes of sleep.
Okay.
Well.
Yep. All right. Oi, boys. Eyes up, real quick. We're gonna have some breakfast. We're going to get us some coffee and get us a little bit of a boost, and then we are going to attack the day. Attack. Yes.
Sir. They just kind of give you they kind of just give you like a yeah, sure, got it, great, and then proceed to go over and try to get a cup of coffee, or or they eventually just leave to their own respective ships.
Very good.
All right. We'll say at this point, Akamaro and Arya, you both come downstairs from you're just what all of that going on last session.
You look like shit.
Me just like
Yeah.
frantic, disheveled hair. Just, guys, we've been having visions.
You don't need to tell them that.
I don't know the routines.
They're gonna think we're high. It's like pull him aside. You need to leave them.
Look, there's no good out for this. I think our best choice is to see if they can help us with this.
None of them are oracles. None of them know what's gonna happen. They're gonna think we're crazy.
They already think you're crazy.
Respectable amounts of crazy insane.
You don't have to hide what you are.
It's not the issue. It's a different subject. You would
Oh,
find
by
it
the way, I guess
the
now's a good time to
uninteresting
tell everyone. Sorry, is a vampire.
You are cutting out a decent amount, unfortunately.
No, I'm down here already. Worry, brother. They know I'm down.
Okay. Spencer, are you
It's not-
are you good, or assuming there's audio issues?
I think it's just a connection thing that will persist.
Okay. But yeah, you were kind of cutting out when you were trying to make this confession.
Oh, my bad. Okay,
There's an down here.
alright. I mean, yeah, what, is this really that much more strange?
It's world altering what I'm able to do and what you're able to do. You saw something. I
Maybe,
thought you.
to your point, I don't think the world's that great right now. Maybe some world altering's pretty cool.
Fine. I get to tell them.
Look, we can tell them, or we can not.
I'll tell them.
Alright then, sure.
Alright. Sarah. Morgan. Kier.
Lokir's not even in the room.
I'll cast thaumaturgy. Oh yeah!
Aha! Yeah.
Down here as I thaumaturgy as well.
Yes. Look, I will begrudgingly, slowly get out of the study.
And Morgan's just gonna glare at the two of them.
Oh,
You
Oh,
mind?
Sorry!
So much for being quiet, eh?
it's been a morning.
Important news.
Yeah, but during
I-
the night, it wasn't the morning though, was it?
It was morning. Doesn't matter.
I'm so... Under normal circumstances, I would absolutely do my best to respect your house rules. These are not normal circumstances.
They're not. I have something to tell you all. It's might blow your mind, or you may think I'm completely insane. Take it. Maybe not the heaviest, just any little.
Okay, now we've got like a
Morning.
reverse situation where Anthony, your microphone almost sounds like you're distant, and also you're cutting out a little bit.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
Just slightly.
Let's see.
Okay, now it sounds a little bit
Better
closer.
now.
Yeah, there you go.
Great. So, this morning I learned that, well, I kind of knew for a while, but it was more of a theory. But Dracula taught me this little, I guess, that I had an ability to do something. So I tried it. I tried it on my brother. He's the closest thing to me. And long story short, I encountered a vision.
What kind of vision?
Let's pause for dramatic effect.
Well, you see, the first vision I had was when dear old Renfield decided to turn me into this. And I saw things in my head that didn't make sense. I couldn't align it with anything. It drove Renfield mad. And talking to Dracula last night, he said prism when sucking blood is more than just feeding, but can be used to gather memories. I decided to test this little theory this morning. And during that ritual, I found that it wasn't the same vision that I had, but we saw a glimpse of the past during this little venture into whatever realm of existence we went into.
It was quite far in the past, to be clear. We saw.
There was a city on the moon?
Are you
Presumably that's
sure
still
you
there.
weren't tripping balls?
That's what I'm wondering, but you see, Akamero sucks with me. We were sharing. It felt like what an astral projection, what I assume an astral projection is like in the past.
And then, upon finishing this vision, I went and returned the bite to Arya, and happened to see a collection of figures fighting in some room. There's a Kenku, someone with flaming hair. They were engaging in combat over some ichor. It was too dense of a moment to figure out what it was about. But there's much afoot.
Survivors.
I mean, we can't. Can we place that thought?
Which thought?
The second vision. Do we know that that's modern, or is that out of?
You aren't really sure what time frame that this would have been in. It was in a dark cave. It looked like a bunch of fungal undead. And you're not sure how recent or how old that vision could have been.
The time was confusing, that's for sure. We were somewhere dark, and it was weird. People were dying, The last man standing, all that sort of stuff. City on the moon, saw the world, looked completely different.
Saw some
Desert
terrifying
wasn't a
dragon
desert.
creature.
Yeah, I think it went over the moon and tried to eat us, and that's when the vision ended.
Abyssalisk had no demons.
It was kind of beautiful looking from afar. For sure,
Okay.
no, that was the past.
Okay. I believe that you believe this was real. I just have one question. Did you
Huh?
get into Morgan's cupcakes? I mean, love, what did you put in the cupcakes?
Jesus
Wait, don't
Christ.
blame me for this.
Oh my god.
She had cupcakes? I did not know this. Did you know that, Akamero?
I was not informed of this. What the hell?
What are these cupcakes?
Don't they taste like nothing?
They have to taste like something. There's a muffin if it tastes like nothing.
No, I know it's a cupcake, it has flavor, but like...
Doesn't matter. The point is we saw a vision, and it felt as real as it could be.
Okay.
I'll actually have Akamero and Arya, if you both want to make nature checks. If one of you is proficient in nature checks, you can give the other person advantage.
I'm not proficient, but I'll roll away.
No cupcakes.
As for guidance, well, I'm trying to enter deep in thought. I think I could be guided on this, but that would be nice. Here goes the roll.
12. Okay.
Oh.
And then Akamero. Would you like to roll a nature check?
Brother. Let's see.
Have we
Yeah,
lost?
yeah,
Have we
sure.
lost Akamero? Oh dear. This is the suspense.
Suspense. It's a dagger in my heart.
Connection was a bit iffy. Oh boy. Okay.
Going off of the 12 to nature, you're trying to think back to that vision that you had just recently seen. Specifically, the one with the two. Well, looking at both visions, the dragon you had seen in the first vision does not look. Okay. Gotcha. The first dragon doesn't look familiar to you at all. The second vision, you can kind of sort of tell that those the people that you had seen fighting in this cave, they were fighting these sort of undead looking creatures that seemed to be puppeteered by fungi of some kind. It almost looked like there was just bits and pieces of fungi or plant life all around these creatures. They were also rising out of the ground to try to attack these group of individuals. You can kind of tell that even though it didn't look like a traditional one, it still looked like some sort of demonic origins of that these fungi had originated from.
Huh. I doubt I could tell if it was a druidic type of demonic art or arcane.
You wouldn't you could guess druidic magic of some kind. Um, you are not entirely sure
Mansplaining
exactly.
and shamanism. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. It was a weird vision, but it was for all things that have happened on this world. Doubt any of it's the future apart from whatever I did pull off with Redfield. That could have been the future, that could have been past. I don't know. So I feel like there's definitely risk in trying to my way into it.
Maybe it's
pretty
memories from a
sure.
past life.
It could be, but I wouldn't know. Demons live a long time.
Everything okay,
It did have
Spencer?
a past life. I would hope it was good.
I was.
Yeah, you're still breaking up a decent amount.
Beefy, frustrating.
If it helps, Spencer, you might be able to access it from your cell. That's what I did while I was out of town.
Does help.
Oh, so you had visions, yeah?
Yes.
Was that all you wanted to tell us?
Yeah. That apparently now, if I consume the blood of others, I can try tapping into memories or stuff that is suppressed. I don't know if
Memory.
I'd get the same world-altering effect if I did it with someone else. But I'm tempted to test it.
Okay. Yeah, good. Okay, so yeah, on a natural one, Akamaro is not able
Oh,
to help you at
no.
all in this with this. So you kind of
Oh, you had to do it
are
for
able to glance
disadvantage?
them.
Yeah.
That's cool. So so you get the visions, or you get the memories of those that you've fed from.
Feeding from. Don't
Oh.
think your blood is still in my system. That's long been passed. If I was to try it with you, I would have no idea if it would be the same results. I did it with my brother because he's the closest thing to me.
Yeah.
Therefore, we should be able to fit into the same memories. If I did it with a demon, it probably would. The results would be more or less the same. If I did it with you, I'd have no idea what memories I'd be tapping into, or if I would even be able to pull out what I seek. Oh, I still
And is
pressed the
that
dice.
is that only memories, or can you see other things connected to the person?
Well, I saw things that were beyond memories.
Hmm.
In city, a world in days beyond even an existing calendar. Even be there was the first calendar was written when we saw Cerdonia outside. You must have been on the moon when we were looking at it. This didn't look the same. It didn't look the same color. There was this desert that Akamero said he saw on a map during his years in Strixhaven, and he said it was in a desert when we were having that vision, that it looked lush, nice, had color. So you look here. I bet if I tapped into your head, I'd get some pretty interesting stuff out of you. I'd even give some breeze with the
That's the
Raven
thing.
Queen too.
I've been looking for some friends of mine for quite a while. They're probably dead, given how I haven't found them. But if you're, whatever the fuck it is you can do, can give me information on that, I'd be willing to, let you fade on my blood.
Well, there would only be, yeah, that would be the only way to find out. I'll be nice to you. All you will have to offer me is just your arm.
But what if he puts it into a bottle or a vessel of some sort? Like, I don't know.
It's not the same.
Feels unsanitary to be putting your mouth on everybody's arms and legs and.
You say that after I bit your
Oh,
own
really?
arm way back.
Yeah, I after the fact, it felt dirty.
Oh,
I
I
brush
clean
my
my
teeth.
teeth regularly.
Okay.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
Have to. I don't want to cross-contaminate blood, especially if I want to feed off the same person. I'd die of blood poisoning if I didn't do that.
Do you even know how to
These things
trigger
clean.
it though? Or was it random? Like, did you do it intentionally, or it
I
just
think the
happened?
Intentionally tried to trigger a vision,
The
but I
visions
didn't want to
have to
go.
leak out by each other. Like the visions are like in us somehow, and that's we like took them from each other. I don't
Exactly.
know
He
what we
bit
get.
me and had a vision too, and I was sharing the vision with him.
I think
Though I
visions,
told him not to go eat mentally.
I think visions are a tool that we have. Like we can extract visions from anybody, but visions like that we're only gonna get from each other. I think for you guys we're just gonna go like see your like 6th birthday or something.
No, there's only one way to find out. I kind of want to try that now actually.
Just be
We're just gonna
mindful
try
of
that.
what happened to Akamero. He is now a
Oh,
vampire
Akamero.
himself.
That's because I bit him too hard.
Is
See,
it?
You
that
bit him
was
too
2
much.
days ago. That was 2 days ago. I bit him too hard. But when I did a normal feeding off him,
See, that's
back
where
when,
you start
he showed no
losing.
sign of this.
That's where you
I
start
don't
losing
think
customers,
that's
mate.
how that works, but I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. It's not the force behind the bite, but you know.
If I bite Arya too hard, can I turn her into a double vampire?
I doubt it. If I was full-fledged, it would be disintegrated in the sun. Or,
Maybe
that's
maybe it's just
Fair
reversing
Lord.
it then, you know.
Yeah. Regardless, give me your arm, Lokir. Let's see how those friends are doing. If that's what you seek.
Sure. That sounds like great fun. I totally want to become a fucking vampire.
Not gonna be my intent.
Cool. I mean, why not? Like, how much worse can things really get, right?
It's the positive spirit I'd like.
Yes, positive.
Oh,
And I'll
God.
pull up a chair and
Okay.
just sit down. You know, expose my eye.
Okay.
Okay. Supple arm.
So so Arya, you are going to try to bite Lokir and try to see into Lokir's memories.
Essentially, also out of my own personal interest, I want to see how far I can go into him without hopefully damaging a psyche.
Okay.
I want to see
Um,
who is this Raven Queen he talks about.
I
He
mean,
showed
I'm gonna
us a
say
porcelain
roll-
mask before.
I'm going to say,
Come on, Sam.
so how deep are you going into these memories? Like on that same
we'll
like
say-
scale of like on that same scale of like 1 to 100, 100 being birth,
Say-
basically.
We'll say 70.
70. Okay.
Say
Now I'm going to need you to
70
roll
with this one.
a wisdom saving throw.
Me or
Mhm. I'm going to need
Get
you to
ready
roll a
say
wisdom
my
saving
very
throw.
husbands.
me? Okay.
I will also ask Lokir, are you resisting Akamero's mind sync?
Oh,
Earthspurt.
Are you resisting
no.
Arya right now? No? Okay. So then
wait.
Arya, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
It's just a normal one, yeah.
Yep, just a normal one.
Enjoy dramatic flashbacks. Have fun.
Well, let's. I wish someone would have bless, but oh well. Here we go.
Wait, I do.
Give me that bless.
Wow,
I have
alright.
guidance, not bless. I don't know if it works on saving throws. Wait. It doesn't.
Probably
Doesn't work on saving throws. Okay.
Oh well.
So on a 5
don't
to
know.
this wisdom saving throw,
It's
You
bad. Let's see how
bite
much
into
psychic damage
Akame-
I'm gonna get out of this.
you bite into Lokir's arm, and Lokir, your head is from looking from your raven on your shoulder. You watch as your head is thrown backwards, and though you yourself don't visibly see the vision, you also can tell what vision is being pulled, as Akamero, as Arya, I keep fucking up your names, as
A's.
Arya sinks
I don't
in
think
and zooms into a memory.
Saves.
You find yourself
Where
in
are
a
your
very
friends?
similar darkness at the start. Darkness until you see the darkness almost seems to open away, and you realize that it's not opening away, you are opening a door, a wooden door, into a dark and small wooden room. You are at the bottom of what looks to be a ship, one of the lower decks. It is very dark, and the only light that seems to be in this room is coming from a grated ceiling. A small square grate in the ceiling, shining a bit of torchlight down into this room. It looks from above, you can see that it's almost nighttime, basically. It's pitch black outside, and there's just the torchlight from the upper room, but there's no torchlight in here, only torchlight from in your hand, it seems. Isn't your hand, of course. It's
Vision.
Lokir's. You can almost, it doesn't look like Lokir's hand, because Lokir seems to have, because where Lokir has very like pale-ish skin in the present day, this has a lot more of an olive, lively tone to its hand. Even what little you can actually see from the torchlight. You
Even
see,
with dark vision, it's probably not helping. too
he
much.
doesn't have dark vision at this time. You
Oh.
open the door, and
This
the
is
door is
weird.
open. And the only thing that seems to be in this room that you can barely see in the torchlight from above is a prisoner. A woman on her knees, her arms sprawled out to either side as cufflinks and chains kind of restrain her arms, sprawled out to the side. Her legs and ankle seem to be linked at the cuffs, and she seems to be wearing this head harness that seems to be concealing her eyes. As you open the door, she doesn't flinch. She doesn't seem to... It's almost as if you're not entirely sure if she can hear, if she heard you, or if she doesn't seem to care. You see
Prisoner.
From Lokir's perspective, he approaches this woman. And I actually have to pull up something real quick because which one is it? There we go.
This
Here it is.
meeting.
I think this is actually the wrong one. Oh no, everything got deleted because it was in the other. It was in the other chat. That's great. Okay. So you can see as Lokir approaches, and you hear Lokir say something, almost addressing the woman as Kamenos. Captain Kamenos.
You are changed.
Her head kind of tilts in response to that, almost like she almost recognizes his voice. All of a sudden, the entire ship rocks and shakes. You can see Lokir kind of stumble at the almost impact that has been made into the ship, and you see him turn around, and all of a sudden you see vines burst out of the wooden walls and slither into the lower decks. You could see water starting to trickle from the impact wounds in the ship, and you could see it writhing all around. He turns back to Kamenos as the sort of different vines sort of wrap around, and sort of almost like the impacts seem to loosen the chains that are around her, as you see her start to like try to fight against these chains, and the vines start writhing and twirl and spinning around until eventually Lokir, just looking around in a frantic movement, looks for one split second before a vine comes straight for his face, and you fall back out of this vision.
Oh, not what I'm looking for.
You also come back in a
Friend.
searing pain as you take 17 psychic damage.
Oh. Oh.
What was it? Leave
That's-
it to professional?
Is a heavy nosebleed. Oh. Oh.
Well, I'm still
Not
here
what
if
I
anyone else
want
wants to
this.
try it.
Well, before you do try it, I'm going to tell you there are many more bad memories where that one came from. I've got plenty.
If you're willing to
So it
share
would
it.
seem.
That's not even the worst of them. Not even close, actually.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I mean, I'm not sure she's dead. Then again, who knows, right?
Oh, I don't. That vision was useful, but also useless.
Yeah, I knew that much
Right.
already, unfortunately.
I don't know. If I went 0 to 100, I'm pretty sure I would be on the ground right now, thrashing.
Yeah, I
Not
think you'd be
pleasant.
I
dead.
also
right?
think I might have fucked up that name, by the way. Let me.
I think it's
verify.
Kidemonas, no?
No, it is Kidemonas. Kamenos is someone else. But yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's
the name you heard was
the friend that I
was
got.
the name you heard was Captain Kidemonas.
Is the person in your vision a traitor? Why were they found?
So, from what little I know, they found out that the council was playing both sides, and they were turned into a monster by Athena, I believe.
Mhm.
And they tried to warn me, and after they warned me, we were attacked because, of course, we were. Um, and yeah,
Truth hurts.
that's why I
Yeah,
don't
that sounds
exactly like the
great.
council.
Like them. You have every right to despise them, honestly. They robbed me of glory, and they robbed you, friends.
Uh, they robbed me over a whole lot more than friends.
Would you like
That
to
was
try again
putting
with
it
me?
lightly.
Hmm?
Would
I'm
you
not
care
doing
for
it.
do? I'm willing.
So
Look,
please go for it.
I'm
Later,
fine with
later.
it.
A trickle comes out.
I'm fine with it. Worst case scenario, we leave a bad memory. Who cares? Um, but again, you should be careful. I've got plenty more of bad memories where that one came from.
I think we all do.
Be
But
careful,
let's see.
Akamura.
Yep.
Try not to cry any blood like I am right now. Gosh, this is painful.
I can only promise to try.
Okay, I'll sit back down, you know. Expose my
Akamaro,
other arm.
Could you make an insight check actually?
I would love to make a disadvantage insight check.
No, not disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
I have exhaustion.
I might as well.
Oh fuck yeah,
Yeah,
you do.
that's
Never
right.
mind.
I'm gonna. Can I
You'll
give
be
him
great
guidance on
for
that?
this. Might as well.
Okay, never mind.
It won't
Never
help.
mind.
I guess
I wrote
guidance
you-
doesn't matter.
I'm going to very carefully, like gently do the bare minimum blood sucking to enact visions.
Okay. How deep do you think you would be going?
Iris, I want a full send.
Full
Aha.
send.
Okay, so
You might
he's
damage
he's
his-
fucking dying.
Hold on. Okay.
Healing
So-
spells, do we?
Yeah. So
Should
let me
talk
let me
stuff.
verify. The scale of 1 to 100 is what point in what point in his timeline do you want to go to?
Oh, okay.
So 100 would literally be like his memories that he got like when he was a 4-year-old, when he started actually having memories and started actually thinking.
Okay, so a full send is way less cool than I thought.
Full
it
send
was.
is not like 70 is pretty deep into their backstory, but like not too much.
I mean, everything happened after 70, right?
Mhm.
Then I think I'll just do like a 5 over from Aria's. I don't think I heard what number that was, but
They were
So
a
lower's
70.
better.
Lower is better.
okay.
Good to keep in mind then for later visions.
Like a,
Can I- Can I
a
price
60,
this right, Aria?
65.
So for us, I think higher is better for us if we're trying to dig into history. That goes beyond.
I feel
us.
like you could also just tell them your backstory if you're so willing.
Oh, my point is, can it see other things? Right.
Gotcha.
Like, can it see things from another perspective, not my own? Is what I'm
Can I-
trying to find out.
Is this a choice that Akamero is making, or is this me just like hitting
This
the
is
plot
you.
machine?
I'm asking you at what point in how deep are you going into Lokir's memories?
Can I confer with Lokir to decide this?
Sure. You can also you can pick a specific event that you're looking for.
Then I will ask you, Lokir. Is there any specific event I should try to see into?
Probably interaction with the Raven Queen. I want to see what happens then.
I would also like to see what happens there.
Can he see into a vision of a vision? You know, like the vision I had of the Raven Queen.
I just see you seizing on the floor. Yeah,
just
I'm
create
gonna
a fucking
try to
feedback
do-
loop.
I'm going to try to witness the first interaction with the Raven Queen, if that's anything I can ask for.
Okay.
I think I don't think I've had any direct ones, but I think the first one was the one where I woke up in like in the show, you know, with a guy with a mask, where he told me about the vestige, right?
Mm.
He gave me that, I think.
I think I remember what you're talking about. This is within the campaign, right? This is
Yeah.
not part of your back. Okay. So that would probably be like a 90, pretty much where you're going for. So I will this one I will say go ahead and roll a wisdom save again. Akamaro. I will also ask for Arya to roll damage on your fangs.
Oh, me.
Yes, because you're still biting Lokir, so Lokir's gonna take the damage from your fangs.
Should I also be doing that?
Yes. How much damage do these do? These do 1d4 plus. So yeah, just roll 1d4 and then add con.
Whatever your con.
Yeah.
4 plus constitution.
And then
And that was a
I
low
think
roll
you got
for
a
me,
life steal.
so-
I think you get life steal from these from this ability, Arya.
Benefit me unless I'm below half my health.
It doesn't benefit. Okay, unless you're below half health. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I was really trying to be careful. Not used to biting people yet.
Okay. So overall,
You're
Lokir, you have taken 10 piercing damage. And
First thing in the
The
morning.
urges. Once you dig in, the urge to be gentle kind of disappears. It takes a lot of restraint.
I'm so sorry.
Do you have disadvantage on this wisdom saving throw because of exhaustion?
I don't believe the first level exhaustion is saving throws. No.
Okay.
It's ability checks.
All right. Then on a 16. Trying to think about this.
Akamaro dies.
Let's hope not.
No.
Unless the Raven Queen decides to jump in and say, you can't dig any further. Unless we're gonna play that card, but I hope not. Divine intervention. Whatever the heck the Raven Queen is.
It's mostly just me trying to recall the specifics of that interaction. Because you are in fact able to see into this vision that Lokir seemed to have. But my issue is I'm just terrible at remembering what happened.
Shout out to literally the creepiest story I've ever heard. That was awesome.
So So Akamaro, so same thing, Lokir happens, where you don't actually, where Arya had, where when Akamaro bit Arya, you both had seen the vision. In this case, Lokir, you are just watching from from the perspective of your raven, but you still know what's going on. You yourself can't see what Akamaro is seeing, but you know in the back of your head that is exactly what he's looking at. Akamaro, you have the same thing where you bite into Lokir's arm, and your vision gets cloudy and blackened. It is at this point where you are in fact able to see Lokir's vision. The vision is of an interaction between Lokir and this lengthy Shatterkai figure, masculine in nature, with the mask of the Raven Queen on. You don't know it's the mask of the Raven Queen because you've never actually seen the Raven Queen, but you are able to see this very porcelain yet feminine mask on the face of this masculine-looking Shatterkai, lengthy and tall in nature. As you watch an interaction between Lokir, where the Shatterkai seems to explain the vestiges to Lokir. And I believe, if I remember correctly, this is also where Lokir got the... You also see the point in which the Shatterkai figure gives Lokir the vestiges that he has, the vambraces, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. And you watch the vision end, and as you almost with Lokir, your vision shifts back to present day as he shoots up in a wake from the vision. You two kind of like stand up from. You two kind of like fall out of this vision and are back into you, and are not thrown back like Arya is, but instead kind of just like find yourself back, kind of biting on Lokir's arm.
Ooh, what the... Okay. Sorry, Lokir, did not mean to bore your arm. That's bad. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds on
Okay.
Lokir. I did not intend to deal more than lethal to commoner damage.
That's fine. We all take risks, right? We accepted them at the start.
What the fuck is going on in here? As you all turn around, and having walked in during this sort of vision is Cirilla, who is just standing in the doorway, just like, what the fuck? What just?
It's my own home. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
We're experimenting.
Would you like to show us visions of your past? I say as I bare my fangs.
No!
Step right up, step right up.
Step
Okay,
the fuck away from me.
Finally,
You can
another
see that
sane
you
Oh,
can see
Patricia
Cirilla
Adams.
hasn't let herself in. She is just standing in the door. She's just standing in the doorway, which you can kind of guess has been left open by the commanders who had all filed out.
Look, we were experimenting with visions. It doesn't work, by the way.
Okay.
I mean, it does. You can see the path, but you can't see anything else from
Great.
it.
Awesome.
So yeah, come right in, I guess. Maybe.
Thank
So I guess
you.
this is more useful for people who don't want to share.
I do have a couple of people in mind that I want you to bite though, for the future.
Sure, yeah.
I hope I'm not
I
on
think
that
gotta
list. I will fight you.
I mean,
wanna
if you
share
were
things
willing.
willingly. If
Yeah.
you share things willingly, we don't have to bite you.
All about personal choices.
I'd really
You have the
prefer not
choice to
to.
cooperate.
I'd really prefer not to. I choose not to
Well, put it
cooperate.
on-
Thank you very much.
There's 2 lists, and you just put yourself on
Same.
one of them.
Wow, fucking buzzkill.
So,
Cheers.
do we
Cheers,
have
Lokir.
everything we need for our excursion?
Yes, 2 things. 1, that mission with Libellus transferred. 2, that I had a meeting with the council, and they were very hesitant, but compliant, in a sense that I don't take everything, but also we are in fact independent. We are not acting on the accord of the council.
All right.
So,
I thought that might be the case.
it doesn't really change
Right.
anything because it's not like we were planning on taking any elven griffin god anyway. But that just means that we are strictly under acting upon the Nahuatl faction, not our own faction, or not the Ampharenians.
Basically, we're under our own aegis.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to be a free agent.
Aren't you still working for the Syndicate?
Who's
Yes.
heading the
The
syndicate?
syndicate is currently in tatters, though.
As I've heard, yes.
We are
Okay.
loosely affiliated.
Were these visions helpful at all? Or, I mean, it's great to know that you can do that. From my understanding, vampires can do a lot of things like that.
Remind me, was it common knowledge that the world did not always exist as like planes and material as one, or was that a revelation? I
Above
forget.
board? Or are you asking? No, it was not known that the for all you know, Beator was never a realm. It was it's been a continent and has always been a continent since the creation of Cerdonia.
We have learned some strange information. I wouldn't say actionable as of current, but
Okay.
myself and Ario learned that the continents were not always the same as, were not always the way they were before, the way they are
Mhm.
now. Sorry.
No.
Before, the elements that act on the continents were separate in a very tangible way. I don't know if this means anything, but if there was an event that made these effects,
What did the Forbidden East look like? Did
just
you
land,
saw to clarify? What did you see?
I
and
saw
this-
all of Cerdonia from above, and it looked like nondescript land masses. There was no massive desert. I have not seen what the east looks like today, but I doubt it looks like what I saw. It was
All of you,
lush. It was,
those with proficiency in insight, can also make insight checks. But as she has this conversation, but she says, "Okay. From my understanding of vampires, you are a vampire, right? This isn't just a demon thing." Okay, so
Unfortunately,
from
yes.
my understanding of vampires, they are only able to see the memories. They are able to use the blood of their victims to see into memories, to recall to recall the lives of their victims. They can even learn certain traits and abilities from their victims. There's been instances of vampires learning languages from their victims, but that doesn't sound like your memory. And if I remember correctly, that doesn't sound like your memory. But if I wait, you can see Morgan and Lokir. You are able to see that. Morgan, you're able to tell that there's some sort of discomfort with what she is hearing from Akamero. Lokir, it almost looks like she knows exactly what Akamero is talking about. As she says, "Okay. Let me think about this. Let me think about this. Okay. Do you have, unless you have proficiency in insight,
I do not. Or actually,
No.
I don't think I do.
you are also just very exhausted. So it kind of checks out that you aren't really paying attention to how she's reacting to it. But she goes,
I guess I'm more focused on my reaction to this information.
actually, I'll say since you are the one having the conversation, you can make an insight check.
Ooh boy. Get ready for a 0. So
Yep.
0.
Anyways,
Nice.
so yeah, no, you like she doesn't seem to have an understanding of, at all of what you're trying to say. If anything, her reaction is trying her to comprehend anything you are saying right now, like everybody else has had the same similar reaction to. But she goes, "Wait, hold on. Okay. So, you didn't see your own memories when did you see these visions?
Earlier today.
From? And you were doing the same thing you were doing just now, right?
Yes, except it was.
Who did you
Arya
see these
and
from?
myself fighting each other.
You
This
bit
was
each
before-
other and you saw these memories.
That memory came
Okay.
from Arya biting me. We have a separate one from myself biting Arya.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Do you perhaps know who those memories belong to?
I have a theory.
No.
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 Uh-huh. Can I insight check that again?
If these
With your
memories are
19,
supposed
you
to
were
be
able to
about-
tell she is lying.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Have you...
Did I tell anything about my 0?
I mean, honesty goes a long way.
What do you
I
think?
guess.
What do you think, Spencer?
I think Akamura would know all the answers.
Arya, it was specifically for like I'm basically trying to set up a new system of like if the group is trying to make an insight check, it's only people who are proficient in the insight check or proficient in the skill is making it if it's a group thing. But so, but on I'll say on a 15, you kind of are able to get the similar like discomfort, but you aren't able to tell like what Lokir is doing, what Lokir is picking up. But like Morgan, you can kind of tell the discomfort. But she basically says, "No, I do not know what that is. I'm just trying to comprehend what he is saying right now. Nevertheless, we
Not to accuse you of lying, right? Because that'd be rude. And we have a pretty good relationship, I feel. But you're lying.
okay.
We just
I mean-
talked about this. If you don't want to cooperate, we have to. We have to.
Look.
You don't have to do anything right now. If anything, I'd prefer you not do anything right now. But I am not.
If you don't want to tell us, it's a different story. But lying to us, I feel it's a bit uncalled for, given how welcoming we have been, and how we're about to die together. So,
You know what?
if you don't want to talk, that's fine. But just don't lie. Tell us you don't want to talk. That's all.
I don't. You see her like think about it for a second. She's like, but you gave her an out, so she's gonna get out.
I need to ask a question real quick. So, Akamiro has an understanding of how the placing visions works, and he knows that Arya, when she bit me, went for like a 70.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I could draw the line here and say that whoever's memories these are, not only
You can
is
definitely
old
tell
enough to
it's
remember
not
this time,
yours. You can definitely tell that it's
also
not
significantly
hers.
older. It's also
It's-
significantly older than the time we saw, because that's only 70 out of 100.
Uh-huh.
Okay, just wanted to verify that information. That's... I don't know if that's actually significantly different, but I just need to verify that.
And she goes, I don't.
Okay, we respect
But-
the fact that you don't want to talk. Would you like some breakfast?
No, I'm fine. I've just come to say we are good to go, and we have a fleet. A fleet. It's a small fleet. I tried my best to get as much as we can, but it wasn't the greatest.
What are we looking at?
She snaps her fingers, and her brace glows up. A magical holographic projection of the of like a very like basic like water gridded map kind of pops up as I provide a water gridded map for you all. Where did I put it? I put it in Ampharina because this is Ampharina. Well, this is not Ampharina, but yeah. I think this is. There we go. So.
Okay.
Oh wait. Show that.
Oh no, we're due. Oh, okay.
It's an empty boat.
What that?
It's an domes.
So she provides a projection of this square water map showing a visual of Domus kind of in the water, and before she kind of like lifts Domus, the vision of Domus out of the water, as she says, we have your ship full of you all, and then we have your 2 ships that you have with you. It shows provides the visual of your 2 ships, and then we have 7 additional ships. Provides that visual as you see the fleet of all 7 of these ships, and then Domus at the little arrowhead kind of formation. As she says, we have a total of 5 of these ships are currently containing not a lot of Inherior because these boats are specifically designed, as she kind of like almost like uses her hands to sculpt and remove the upper deck of all 4 of the back of these 3 making up this head, and then the end tips of these ships. She kind of like sculpts out to remove the top decks, providing a visual of the inside, which is entirely hollowed out, except for kind of sit in a sitting formation, 5 Thunderjaws, 1 per ship, in the all in the backs of these ships. As she says, we have made room for 5 of these Thunderjaws, as well as they are providing resting posts for the for 3 additional Sunwings, and one of these ships, the back spearhead, points to this end ship here, is our comms link. She kind of shows, she kind of like taps on this ship, and you can see, if you remember the tall neck kind of, the transponder machine, the sort of giraffe-like looking thing, one of the sails on it one of the sails is removed, and the post of which the sail was on, it has the head of that sort of tall neck thing kind of just there. At the very top. Like basically it's like a little saucer where the crow's nest should be. As she says, this will allow us to continue to command these machines from greater distances, and will also allow us to be providing feedback and reports back to Ampharina and to the Cerdonia court, just so that Halal and everybody else on the court kind of knows how our progress is going. Quite much faster. But from there, we have the other 2 ships are entirely filled with Inherior and other Nahuatl constructs. There are about 40 Inherior per ship. There are a squadron of 5 different Watchers, scouting drones, on each ship as well. I will also be bringing my trampler. She kind of like pokes one of them, and the little visage of the Triceratops construct kind of pops up as she says, but we are also provided with sunwings and sunwings, scrappers. We have the whole lot. This should
Nice.
hopefully be. This is a decent amount, but hopefully, and it's not the greatest amount, but it's an amount which we can hopefully
You said
use to
that
our
was-
disposal.
You said that was 5 watchers per ship, so 7 times 5, 35?
Oh, 7.
Nice.
Well, there are 2 ships. So there are 2 ships that actually have Inheria. So let me actually like divide this up. These
Oh.
are your ships.
Yep.
The bottom ships are the Nahuatl ships.
Okay.
These 2 ships are filled with Inheriar,
Nice.
Sunwings, and Inheriar, Sunwings, Watchers, and her Trampler. These 5 at the bottom have half of the Inheriar that these 2 ships have. Don't have any Watchers on them, but they have all of the Thunderjaws on them. There are 2 Thunderjaws per ship.
Okay. 2 Thunderjaws per ship on the bottom 3.
And if you recall, from your time in the Forge, that is a 10th of their Thunderjaw count in the actual Forge
Right,
altogether.
Yeah.
So you could tell that she put a lot of effort into trying to convince the council.
Dang, you really came through for us. Well, for Cerdonia.
I tried, but it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest number, but it should be a sufficeable number at least. If we use
I
them
mean,
well.
it's infinitely better than the situation we had before.
Yes.
Maybe we won't.
Yes, this is
multiply.
amazing. Gorilla, my proverbial cap is off to you. This could be the difference.
Thank you. Hopefully, if we are able to take Ithaca, we can gain more enforcements and hopefully have the backing of the Seldarin court. They did actually confirm that if we were to take Ithaca, they'd provide additional forces to try to at least control Ithaca. They won't be able to provide any forces to continue our expansion if we wanted to, or if we felt like it was necessary to try to take over the other villages and cities that are still in Ilios, but they are certainly not willing to go to war with the Aenis at the moment, especially even if we were to take Ithaca. But just having additional elven forces for Ithaca would be extremely helpful. And we also have one of these ships. She kind of points to one of the ships. She says one of these also has an Amphorinian teleport pad. So once we do take Ithaca, we can then set up a teleport pad, and they will be here immediately, and we can link this up to Amphorina.
Are we
Very
not concerned
handy.
about the security issues with that?
Amazing.
Security issues.
Okay.
I mean, the coast was locked down when we first arrived at Amphorina. I'm surprised they would allow.
This will only be set up for Ithaca. So basically once it becomes Amphorinian territory, it's going to give access to this teleport pad. It's just going to give access so that more troops can pile into Ithaca, and we could provide more Nahuatl constructs, and it doesn't take however long and we take to get to Ithaca to get those forces.
Understood. All right.
But yeah, that is our
We
current.
actually might do this.
Yeah, hopefully. All right, that's all I had to say. Any questions?
Oh, first stop is Rosemoen.
Rosmo,
Yes.
yes.
There's an issue.
Yes.
be of concern is we have weaponry against the demons,
Mhm.
against the local soldiers. They will be dismantled, but
Mhm.
could convert. At worst, we'll have to kill the entirety of any hope of
That may be a possibility. Yes.
against enemies.
If you want to do some sort of tactic to either remove any possibility of having to kill the Iliad soldiers in Ithaca, be my guest. But if we are to do this, there are going to be some human casualties in Ithaca. That just comes with
Most
taking the city.
definitely, that will be unavoidable. That will be unavoidable. Though, if they see the demon, they should.
If they
know
see the demon,
immediately.
they should. If they see the demon, there is a possibility we can take that bit. We can take that back. But
You see demons, they will likely fight against them, and they'll have a two-front battle to deal with. And they'll likely choose fighting with us over the demons, unless they succumb to fear. Can't let the demons convince them once this all breaks out. Oh, if everything settles and they still refuse to help us, executions will be in order, unfortunately.
I don't think executions are in order, but there are. But I'm sure they would rather join our side than demons who have been puppeteering this battle, this 40-year conflict for 40 years. But if there are people that still don't want to fight, we can just remove them from the military. That's also just an option.
I'm not executing anyone.
Yes. Well, you forget, you're an Ithacan soldier. How likely do you think they'll hang up their sword? When it comes down to choosing who they're fighting for. If they realize they're fighting for a puppet nation, still refuse to fight, they'll probably take their own lives before joining.
That is their choice, but it's a choice they will make.
I will
will
say,
not
Arya,
make it
Arya, you can make a history check. Actually, I'll let you do that, and Viserys if you want to.
Can I get advantage on this? Since I'm
You get advantage
familiarized
because
with
this is
most
actually
of this.
pretty recent events, and so does Viserys. But an 18 will work. Yeah, as you kind of like say this, say how likely is it they're going to drop their swords. The two of you kind of recall you have seen that happen. If you remember when Pluto first made their appearance and Viserys told them about this whole ploy and this whole the whole plot that the Aeneas and the Iliad councils had been doing. You do remember that there was one squadron that had decided not to join you all, but didn't decide to fight you all either, just decided they wanted to leave and not be a part of this. They unfortunately died to Thanatos afterwards, but they still died to Thanatos immediately afterwards because Pluto didn't trust that they weren't going to spill the beans. But
And this is not something we're saying out loud in front of Morgan.
This is not something you're saying out loud. This is something you're recalling, just as Arya asked this question.
I bring it up because it takes a lot for both an Aeneas and an Ilias trooper to swallow their pride.
Well, we are going to trust their better natures, give them the benefit of the doubt, and if they want to start some shit, then we will finish some shit. But I will not execute people. I will not allow it to happen under my command.
I mean, at the end of the day, would they want their families under the control of demons or us?
Probably us, though I'm no better. I am a granddaughter of these demons.
Let's not be the
First
face of
response
the
your men had was to kill us.
I also
Yeah,
want to
let's not make
clarify
noise
that
about
if we take Ithaca, it's not going to your helm. If we go there, it's going to be under the helm of Southern Court or probably, I don't know, somebody else. Because mostly because if we put a demon in the helm, if we put a demon in the helm of at the helm of a city that just liberated itself because of from the control of a demon, that doesn't look good. But also because
Doesn't look good at
Well,
all.
no,
Okay,
well,
wait,
for
wait.
now.
We will
So-
allow the court to advise the people once they've set up their own
yes,
form
Or-
of government.
I'm not sure because I'm not sure. Well, that will also be up for debate at
This
probably
is
another
all. This
time,
is
but-
all in the future, of course. Yes.
No, but wait a second. So we're fighting without their support to take over the city, so that we then can hand it over to them, even though
They
they
didn't.
It's
didn't
part of
want
the
to
deal.
fight.
It's part of the deal so that we. It's part of the deal so that we can gain their support after the fact.
Uh-huh.
the truth
Like
of the
getting
matter
their
is that
message
We
even if you
remove
take-
the- We remove the threat. In return, they come in and take over Ithaca, and then we gain their support.
even if we could, even if we do successfully take the city, there's no way we hold it against the tide without their help.
Yeah, fair
I don't
enough.
love
Fair
this.
enough.
I don't love it either, but
It'll be a short victory. We'll have.
I mean, if there's somebody else you want to get, I mean, if there's somebody
No,
else
no,
that
I mean-
think that
I
you
mean,
think would
if-
probably be able to helm the
If
city.
we gain their support, it's fine. After, I mean, whatever, it's fine. At least we have their support afterwards. Because, I mean, the real fight begins after we take the fight and after the rest of the council returns, right? So,
If they return, we can't let any leaks get out. But Hermes will definitely return. That's for sure. They'll return when they find out their places are full of fraud information.
That kind of is the point. The point is that that once we have the city, then it will be much easier to take over. To either they will disperse and scatter to the wind, or they will try to take back the city. And but if we have the
choose
city,
it.
we can use it as a stronghold.
Yes, if they choose to come back, they'll come back in numbers. Or they'll just go straight to Aenes and choose that. Securing both would be hard, but taking Aenes is priority. Is priority, yeah.
Okay, I'm
Still
sorry.
would
One
like
more
to
thing
lower my
while I'm
priority.
thinking about it. Gorilla. Do we have any toolkits? Anything? Thieves' tools, artisans' tools, tinkerers, or oh, what was it? Smith tools available to us? We've done so much. I'm sorry to keep asking for things, but
Yes, of course. I'm in charge of the forge constructing all of these constructs. Yes, we have smith tools if you need them. Why?
fantastic. No, it's again down the line. I'm looking ahead into the future. I may have some things brewing, and I have some projects to work on.
Oh shit. You see her snap her fingers and small drone, you can tell it's still Nahuatl in origin, but it's a small drone kind of teleports right above her and kind of just starts bobbing there. She says, "Can we get Halal to assemble a small of the disc launchers, discs, please?" And the
Ooh,
sting spawn
ammo.
kind of just like turns to her, doesn't say anything, and then just
Oh.
teleports away. And she says, "That is your ammo."
Fantastic.
You think Halal would be able to join us in this affair? Being a
Halal
dragon
is-
of his
Oh,
caliber.
Halal is
Dragon.
holding down the fort here in the forge. He's making sure all construction is still going on, and he's working on more. He's working on a project that will continue the production of more military
I
class
see.
constructs that'll be used after we take the city.
I see, I see. And there will be no use to have him in the front then. Good.
No.
Oh, that's good. That's a good spot. All right.
Wait, didn't you say sun wings?
Yes.
Viserys, did you not want to ride one?
No, those
Maybe
were
you
dread
can in
wings.
the final
That
battle.
one wanted to.
Dread
You wanted to
now,
ride
dread
dread
wings.
wings.
Yeah.
Those
That's
we aren't getting
that's
until after we take Ithaca.
Oh,
Ah.
a good little treat at the end.
All the more incentive.
Well, if we survive. Oh, yeah.
You can still ride a sunwing. They're pretty. We also have a stormbird if you want it. A stormbird's joining us, so we have that.
What is the storm? What's the stormbird?
You see, kind of rising out of from the top of one of the ships is a much larger, about twice the size of the sunwings. Before she kind of zooms in and makes it much larger. The kind of construct of an eagle. As she says, this is a stormbird. It has a lot of different perks, but it was meant to mostly be a solo act because a lot of its nature is AoE lightning abilities.
That's a cool bird.
Nice.
Where's that at?
It's not a. I can provide a stormbird visual.
I thought. Sorry, never mind.
We're traveling while talking, right?
Yeah.
No, you guys are currently in. You guys are still there.
Still on Doma.
You still are on the
Yeah,
docks.
still on- Oh,
Let's
sick.
get Dome moving. Just meet up with the other fleet then.
The fleet
Might
is
as well
here. It's
plan well.
outside.
Yeah,
we are
it's
we are at the docks right now, and
Yeah.
the docks are currently harbored off to the side. I just got back from the other side of the docks where another group just took on the Libellus's quest along with another quest from Erevan.
Yeah.
And let's go kill some demons.
Yeah.
Kill some
Plan
demons.
while we're moving the
Come on,
fleets.
girl.
I will
All right.
have
Plan
the
while
fleet
moving the
begin
fleet
its
anyways.
departure.
Yes.
Alright.
Far easier that way.
Okay.
Alright.
So to clarify, you
Romero
don't
will
want
still
to, or
continue
you
in
do
the
want to
class
take.
during-
To clarify, you do or you don't want to ride the Stormwing.
I mean,
Stormbird.
I'm not gonna say no if it's
Okay.
available.
If we could have mounts, that would be nice. And of course, you are giving us the tablets to operate these beings.
Oh shit! Yes, I forgot
No.
about that. I will commission that as well from from Halal in a sec.
Honestly, I can sidecar if
Can you
somebody
grab?
wants to drive.
The same fucking drone kind of pops up and she says, "Can you get Halal to commission how many people if we're giving it to everyone? How many of you actually want to take control of these constructs?"
Why would
I'll
any
take
of us
one.
do that?
We're giving them
I'm a
out.
frontliner, but I'm also a strategist too, so I'm quite
Think about it, you
versatile.
could, like,
It'd be
dive-
nice to
dive
have
in.
one on hand.
What's the
And also a
easiest way to get the
self-combustion
front line
module
for?
attached to these as well, please. But
Huh?
yes.
Yeah, I'll take a
Sorry,
control
on the
unit.
tablet or on the
What?
creature?
Think about it this way. If we were to think about it this way, if you were to die, I hope not, but if any of us were to die, the bracers would then could have the possibility of getting into the wrong hands. This self-combustion module will ensure that if you die, your arm explodes, but so does the bracer, which means that the constructs do not gain. The enemy does not gain control of the constructs.
I'm fine with that.
Man.
I'll be
Well
dead anyway.
thought. Well,
Thank you.
What's
I also
what's
have
one
a
arm
self-combustion
gonna do?
module I also have a self-combustion module on my device if it helps.
Yeah, see?
Good. It's
See,
fair
right there.
enough.
It's gonna happen
So-
right too.
five bracers with the self-combustion module, please. Thank you.
I mean, we won't need our arm if we're dead anyway.
No, I'll pass on the bracelet. I'm good. I have my own.
You don't need one?
We'll definitely take
No.
That's fine.
Yes,
Take the
I would
tablet
like to
and-
ride a sunwing into battle.
Okay.
I'm a ranged fighter anyway, so I think an aerial advantage would be nice.
If you have any, I know we have the Thunder Jaws and other such units. I don't need to ride as much as taking front lines, but I definitely need some people enforcing with me.
Mm-hmm. We have
It's
tramplers. We
constructs.
have tramplers. We have watchers that can't really be ridden because they are basically a visage a. It's already in the chat, but the watchers
Yeah,
are
all that.
the like raptor like construct. The first
Are
one.
they?
Let me just. These guys. They are about the size. They're about pretty much medium size, as she says. She says, there's the
size.
Watchers, basic scouting raptors. We have the Sunwings, which are rideable. The Scrapper, the Glinthawks are not. Those are smaller Sunwings, basically. The Inherior are not, because they're Inherior. The Thunderjaws technically are, but I don't think you'll be able to do a lot of melee combat from the top of those constructs.
Need something about the size of a horse, at best. If not, I will fight on the foot.
At the moment, we don't have any. I've already commissioned a lot of these constructs. I've already commissioned these constructs, so at the moment we don't have those.
That's fine.
We don't have access to those. If I'm not
fine.
supposed to activate the teleport pad until we've successfully taken Ithaca, because once we've activated the teleport pad, one, we'd have to either turn it off, or two, if we were to fail, they'd have access to Ampharina, basically. Once this thing is activated, it's linked to the entire network.
See.
So we'd have to
Don't
either
want
turn
that
it off
floating
or we'd
around
lose
now.
access entirely. So no rideables at the moment. But I'm sure we can get like a steed still in Rosmoen or somewhere else.
Yeah. Doesn't matter too much to me. I'll just have one of those aerial units come swoop by if I'm in a pickle.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, anyways, I will be getting those devices for everyone. And then we will... Well, I'll be getting those devices made and then on our journey, and then hopefully we can get things moving. We can get things moving now, in
Yes.
fact. So,
Hopefully Hestia won't be too mad when using her land to launch this strike.
I have to think about this.
I just kind of nudge Arya. We're getting bracers.
No, right?
Alright,
We will continue training the people on our voyage, but also I want to spar with Viserys when we have our time to do so. Because we gotta stay in physical condition.
One last
for us
thing.
warriors.
Once we make our departure, Lokia, can I see you at some point for something? Just want to touch base with you with something real quick. Once we make our departure. But I have to go right now.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I'm sure we can find the time.
All right. With that, I leave you all. Good luck. And she makes her departure.
We'll teach the class. Viserys, I will spar with you when I'm done with those classes. We have to stay physically whelmed. Peak performance.
Okay, whatever you gotta do.
All right. So while Cirilla goes to make sure everything on the Nahuatl's side is is making their departure, what is everyone else doing while you all make your departure? Like, what is everyone doing simultaneously? Because not a lot of you have to do a lot in terms of actually getting your guys started on departure.
I think Akamaro goes to administer a test for his for his magic initiates, and he's falls asleep at his desk while they're going in their test.
I'm awake
Okay.
so I can monitor them and correct them, since I understand the whole basics.
Oh, they're getting their own stuff ready to depart. Akamaro was doing something separately. Was preparing it. I think you said preparing a test?
No, I meant like falling asleep while they're doing the test was
Oh,
my intent.
okay. Unfortunately, they
I'm
are still the
supervising.
commanders of their own ships, so they have to. So, unfortunately, that's not something you can do at the moment. But, but you could
can
the
train on- we
sleep
can
part
train on
you
the
could
way.
certainly do.
We can train on the way. Like honestly, it's a long sail, so we can do that and
Mhm.
administer tests en route.
Let them rest for today. They're exhausted, and so are you. Be useless as a teacher
I
if
could
you can't
going.
stay awake. Oh, sleep.
I want to get Viserys, if you could choose 6 of your soldiers to bring on Domus so that they can mount uh, the ballistas that he has, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. We could actually take.
I forgot you
Looking
still
at the
had
ships,
those.
we have ballista mounted front, left, and right, and also two in the rear, right?
There's only 2, I think.
Yeah, I'm asking the DM how the ships are set up. We have 3 ballista on each
ships-
ship, correct?
There's a ballista on on the ends of both of your ships, so only one ballista, and then three. There's 2 rows of 3 cannons on each ship, so you have 6 cannons per ship, and one ballista per ship.
Okay.
We
All
won't
right.
have to
So,
use any of the ship's munition. We are fighting in water. We already lose by then.
well, if we get attacked mid-route, there's no way by something else. Say there's some other kind of nasty out there in the deep. We need to be able to defend ourselves. It's actually a good idea.
Leviathans.
We can take so we can take 2 from each of the forward ships and mount those onto Domus. A total of 4 on each corner.
I will say you
And,
also don't. The mobility I will say you can put a ballista. Fuck, you guys aren't on Domus anymore. Like on Domus's map anymore. Okay, so as you can see from the new arrangement of Domus's layout, you could put a ballista on this platform, and this platform still, and then you also have this outer deck that you could put ballista on. But that's it.
We need it. Okay, that's fine. We can do and Lokia. Tell me if you care. Do we want to do 4 total, or do we want to do 2 and 1 in the back? We do 3 up front, 1 in the back.
Lokir is
Oh,
disconnected.
I just realized that John's gone.
He'll be right back.
Well, why don't we go with that though? Let's go with 3 up front, 1 in the back of Domus, and then
Sounds about right. Strategically speaking, that's what we want. But that is up to look here.
okay. So Loki is back. We'll say we got yeah, we'll sub that for our cannon. Okay.
Oh, are we doing cannons instead of ballista?
Yeah, you said there was
Because
one
you also
Definitely
have
ballista
want
per
ballista.
You also
We suffer
do have
cannons, it's gonna be heavy.
you have 2 ballistas still on Domus at the moment.
Okay.
That was the ballista that Lokir was talking about. He wanted men to man the ballista that were already here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. So we'll take one of the ballista and put it on the back. Okay.
Hello, I'm Axel back.
Welcome back.
Well,
You can't put a cannon
it's,
on
it's
domes.
okay. The way we're going to travel. We're going to do it in a formation. So each one of our ships are going to cover down any blind spots on the others. So it will have 360 degrees of coverage on all ships at all time.
Yeah, so basically, Domus already has 2 ballista on him, from without the ships, and then Viserys is gonna put 1 more ballista in the back,
Yeah,
and then he's gonna
I
have
was what
soldiers. He's gonna have soldiers man all of them.
We should wait for the soldiers. We shouldn't do that while traveling because then Domus would have quite a lot of people on board. And
So
yeah,
I'm going to be on another one on one of the other ships too. So that's one less person here.
yeah, but still there's like 3 people per ballista, so that's 9 plus the rest of us. So
Okay. Morgan, do you have a preference on which vessel you're going to be transporting on?
Not really. I mean, I would like to do some training while the journey's underway.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
You also
yeah,
have like the
so-
most mobile of vehicles. Just Domus is able to just ping pong from all the different ships. So you kind of just are. You don't have to pick a specific ship you're on if you want. You could just be on Domus and then just bounce around.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Viserys, you are spending this time setting up the ballista in the back. Akamero is dead asleep at the table. Arya, Morgan, Lokir, what are you two doing while things are getting set up?
Suppose I could help load cargo.
Okay. And then Morgan?
Just gonna look around, see if there's anything that needs doing, and do it.
Okay. So you're most likely helping just
like
Arya.
General purpose.
Most of the luggage
Picking
that is going
up, yeah.
onto most of the luggage is that's going on to Domus is one. You are given a casing of 15 additional discs for Viserys' weapon. You are given some ballista
Gonna be
ammo.
wearing a pack?
No, you're gonna have to carry a lot of this individually, because the disc launcher was made. The disc launchers were made for Thunderjaws. They weren't made, and the Thunderjaws were built to have the capacity to carry those those discs. Viserys was not built to do either of those.
So,
In
just
fact,
for
there's this-
my edification, when it comes to loading, unloading, or however, feeding the disc launcher,
It's essentially
Is it just
loading a
single shot at the-
shotgun. It's essentially loading you can at the moment your disc launcher has 5 discs and you are given 15 additional. 5 is the maximum you are able to load into the disc launcher at right now. And they
5
kind of
rounds
load like shotgun shells.
hell yeah, love that.
But it is like
I was
it
just
will
picturing-
take you an action. It will take you a bonus action to load, or I will say it'll take you an action to load your disc, each individual disc into a disc launcher.
Okay.
But you can stack it with your attack action basically. So you can use if you use multi attack, or you use extra attack, you can use one of those attacks to load a disc into your weapon.
That's what I'll do. Awesome.
Okay.
Those
I
are
will
like
also
the
provide
shot.
an actual
Huh.
stat block for that eventually. But
Awesome.
Actually, I think you have. I'll just give you access to control the Thunderjaw, and then you can just and then whenever you roll for your weapon, you can just roll the disc launcher. Because you have the Thunderjaw in your journal. Oh, actually, you already have controlling access. I'm just 3 steps ahead of myself. So now whenever you can just roll the disc launcher, or you could just add the disc launcher attack roll to your. You could just copy it off of the Thunderjaw's thing.
Okay. You said it's in the journal.
Yeah, it's in your journal. It'll be under NPC. It'll be under the NPC folder. And then under the Nahuatl folder.
Ah, there it is. Okay.
And then you should have where Zizime.
Yeah. Disc launcher. Got it.
And also an Harryar stat block. But yay. Yeah, kind of like that, except for more like a rocket launcher with rapid fire.
Yes. Heavy shotgun.
Okay.
Jeez.
So, with that, Viserys is setting up there. And so basically, continuing with what I was saying, Morgan and Arya, you're basically helping loading, and basically all the stuff that's actually being loaded on is, for you all onto Domus is, Viserys' ammo, ballista ammo, and food. Partially for you all, but also just a ton of food for Domus.
How much ammo is with the disc?
You are given the
Does he get-
disc has 15. The casing you were given has 15 additional rounds. But you are given 50 ballista per 50 ballista bolts per ballista. So you have 150 ballista bolts with you.
And disc-wise, you said how many
15.
20.
for a disc?
20
Yeah.
total. 20 total, but 15 additional.
20
In
total.
that
He
case.
has
casing
5.
Yeah.
Want me to hold on to 5 of them just in case?
No, that's fine. I got it.
You're gonna be bulky. You're not gonna be able to move too much.
I actually don't. I'm not carrying very much at all.
Mhm.
And how much of these weighing in at?
The disc launcher is definitely going to weigh at a good like 80 pounds.
Okay.
So I will
Disc
say,
launcher's
I think once you actually add, I think once you actually add 80 pounds. Oh, you're not encumbered?
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna move to a different page real quick. Do we have encumbrance?
I know I wouldn't be.
Enabled.
My
Encumbrance.
strength
Simple
It's
encumbrance.
insane.
Okay, so we do technically have encumbrance enabled. So I'm surprised 200 pounds isn't encumbering you, but I guess you don't have encumbrance.
A beefy fella.
Yeah.
Beefy fella.
Remember,
Beefy
I'm
fella.
beefier.
Each of those
I'm the
discs
one
are
with
also going to
strength
be.
here.
Each of those discs are also going to be 5.
Okay. So another 100
Five.
pounds. Or, yeah, 15 times.
You
5.
put a Nabasu head in your inventory.
5.
And the average head weighs 8
Oh,
pounds.
That was
That fucking
8
Nabasu.
pounds.
I will give it to you, even though I said the Nabasu fizzled into dust. But sure, I'll let you have
No,
it.
this was the Navasu head. I guess I don't need to carry this because it's on the ship, so yeah, I can take that off too.
boss.
But yeah, so and then lastly, Lokir, what are you doing during this time?
Is there a library in this city, or is it the only one in the main city?
You're not sure if there's a library here where you are right now in Gnarlus, but there is but the only library you're actually like certain there is a library of is the Grand Archives in Thulacone.
Then I'm gonna go around looking for a library.
Okay.
Or rather send the Raven to find a library because I don't actually have to go. Just, you know,
Mhm.
have the Raven go for me.
Okay. Are you looking for something specific, like in their library?
I mean, if there is a library, I'd want to look for like history books or stuff on demons. You know, I'm sure it's very stuff on demons and ancient history is very common all around here. Surely, yep.
Yeah. You are able to find a library, but without an investigation check yet, you are able to tell that this is not a traditional library with like just a broad. It's specifically a library of, like, it's a war archive basically. It's basically just like a history of conflicts and mostly Emperinian conflicts, but you see that there are a few that have like foreign conflicts, but it's mostly more like a document, like a archive, than it is an actual like library.
I want to go there and look for the oldest archives they have. Like maybe Nahuatl stuff, maybe
Okay.
early stuff.
Make an investigation.
Maybe even like Nahuatl against demons things.
I'm gonna say outright, you are not going to be able to find any demon conflicts.
Anything mentioning celestial things.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yeah, not great, but
16. Okay. You are able to find a prevalent section of history, and it's one of the first, like one of the oldest, is the conflicts that seem to bring about the foundation of Emperina, and that is the several battles and conflicts that happened against the Chicamoztoc, which is apparently, you recognize from Cyrilla saying that name, but Chicamoztoc was the name of the civilization of that the Nahuatls made up, and it looks like their conflicts, the conflicts between the Amphorinians and the Chicamoztoc, kind of ended in like a ceasefire, and that sort of ended in like coexisting like they are right now, but it definitely seemed like the Amphorinians took this place by force until treaty, but that is the closest you get to like celestial, basically. Just the fact that they fought the Nahuatl.
Does it say where the Amphorinians originally came from?
They originally came from Zov.
Okay. Well, with that, I'll return to my turtle, I guess.
Okay. This does. So after about an hour, you all are able to eventually make your departure to the from the docks. As Domus, you make. I imagined this was the formation the formation in the water was how you wanted it. But if you guys want a different formation, let me know. Other than this.
Oh, it's good. Arrowhead is good.
I will
Arrowhead seems good to me.
I will put tokens down for the ones that actually have the thunder jaws. There's this one, and this one, this one.
Are they
This
below
one.
or above deck?
The
Thunderjaws.
looking at those ships, it's exactly like how Cirilla visualized it, where there is no top deck, there's no innards. It is just a hollow bowl with two different Thunderjaws in the very bottom of this bowl.
Oh.
And the captain's quarters is still in, like, the back of it, where like the captain's quarters and the actual steering mechanisms are still there. But it also looks like all of these ships don't actually like sail via like sails. They are all they all have like rotors in the back, and they have a lot of like steampunk machinery that's in the back that like allows them to move without wind.
Engines, yeah.
Yeah.
High magic.
It still looks like Nahuatl. It still looks like Nahuatl technology, but it doesn't look like the sentient. It doesn't look like these boats are all sentient or like living machines. It just looks like very similar combination of stonework, and you can see some elven magic that looks like it.
High magic.
Mm-hmm.
An oddity to see this.
But nevertheless, you all. I'm also gonna ping where. I'm also gonna put a token down for where your boys are. Ilios. There we go. And okay, there we go. And then, and here you are. There and there. Okay, that's what it's looking like.
Again.
All right, so with this formation, you all sail away from the continent, the city of Narlis, and yep, and make your departure towards the shit. What am I thinking about? Make your departure towards
Theo's domain.
Zov and towards Rosmoen.
Yeah.
With that, Lokir, do you and if you do, at what point do you want to go see Cirilla about that interaction?
I mean, right after we settle that, why delayed?
Okay. You can see that Cirilla has taken up helm in the back in this ship here with the Thunderjaw, and you can see, and you are able to sail Domus up and make your departure and get onto this ship, which you can see 20 different Enheriar are still harboring this ship as well on top of the Thunderjaw. That's just the two Thunderjaws, just colossal constructs in the bottom. But you are able to find Cirilla in the captain's quarters, which is still intact on the ship. You find her just like she seems very stressed out in this, standing at a table, just on the other side, like the captain's kind of table that they have in the back. And she's kind of just like looking at everything and looking at all of her plans, which are holographically portrayed on top of this table. As she looks in, sees you come, and she says, "Are you alone?"
Well, the Raven's with me, but
Yes, I know. Okay. Come in. Close the door. None of you, Akamero and Arya, did not come with you.
as far as I know, they have not.
Okay. All right. You have discussed your connection with the Raven Queen?
Mm-hmm.
How certain
Look,
of you?
if
How
it's
certain?
about the thing that happened before, I know you're lying, right? But
No, I need you to.
trust
No, I need you to.
because-
I'm trying to be as honest as I can right now, but I need to make sure. Are you certain that the Raven Queen is not an undead demon? Are you sure that this person is not a demon of a basilisk? How certain can you make that? Can you confirm to me?
Well, I haven't talked to her face to face,
Okay.
but when I asked her about allies, she told me about you and some other people that I do not know, but they seem to be fighting demons. So probably, not a demon, you know.
Okay. I have. There is not a lot I want to disclose, but I am almost 90% certain that the demons are working. There was a theory that I was working on from my previous experience with demons. That the demons all have a hive mind. They are all working together and all have a similar consciousness, have a sort of link with each other and their minds. I feel like that the visions that Arya and Akamero saw of each other's confirms that. Because I believe that they saw that the first vision they saw on this moon, which I don't think was a moon. I believe they saw the perspective of the chained oblivion making contact with Cerdonia. And that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
I made the same sound when Mike was off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good.
Ding, Nate. Hive mind, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right. We don't know. We have no clue.
Well, let's hope they can't see what you see, because if they can't see what you see, we're kind of fucked right about now. But yeah.
I mean,
What? I didn't even think about that.
you could tell now. I think Lokir could tell now exactly why she was so like. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say a fucking thing anymore. Fuck.
Yeah.
I like that whole time we were like, we can just take this information, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't tell us this information, where you're putting yourself on we're gonna take this information list.
Yeah.
Just tell us or we will assault you.
Down for it. She's quite proficient at assault.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't assault our allies.
I mean, she's several lifetimes older than all of us combined, so you know. She also
Maybe.
does have an
She
army.
might be
you
able to
know.
live in eternity, but she's not invulnerable.
Yeah, the army of giant fucking constructs disagrees with that, but you know.
Yes. I wouldn't want to challenge her when she has her toys around. That's for sure.
And she's probably
Yeah.
secretly level 20.
I wanted to end the conversation like right there, just because I know it's like 3:00 and all. Well, at least for some people. But if you want to continue the conversation, we can end. We don't have to end on that cliffhanger, but it is. I understand that for some people it's like 2, 3:00, and this is where we normally end,
I mean,
or
it's
at
a
least
good
where I
stopping
hope to
point.
end.
Yeah.
I know it's like
Funny,
fucking what
honestly.
in the morning for you, for look here, and also
Yeah, it's like 10 in the morning.
10 in the morning for John. Fucking I don't even know. I'm worried to ask for Daisy.
It's 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Good lord.
1 a.m. for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks from here.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you guys, if John, if you want, I completely forgot that I did intend. I was like, why don't we server mute for this conversation? But yeah, no, never mind. Too late.
Yeah, it's
But-
out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If you want to still
Okay,
continue
we
having this
don't mind.
conversation, we can. I don't mind. But
No, I mean, no. I'll let you go to sleep. It's fine.
I'm not
We
going to
can
sleep
do it
after this.
in-
But
let's just sleep.
I have
Okay,
too
fair
much. I
enough.
have
I'd
I
bring
have
you
too
to
much
my
shit
ghost sleep
going
at
on.
2 a.m.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. why
it's like
not?
3 a.m. for It's like 3 a.m. for me. I have somewhere to be at like 10 a.m. I'm just gonna take a shower and then get ready for that thing at 10 a.m.
jeez. Oh well, y'all enjoy yourselves then. I'll see y'all 2 weeks, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to. That is gonna be a. Actually, that might work for me, cause I'm going on vacation.
Whenever the next
after.
game is.
I think I should be able to do a session on the 12th.
The 12th. Yeah, I
The
may
12th of
still be in
July.
Pennsylvania. I may not be. May not be back yet,
Okay.
but I'll check in.
We'll see. I'm gonna be in North Carolina up until the 12th, but I should be back by the 12th to have this session. But yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
Whenever the
So,
session happens, it happens.
mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, but
Well,
yeah,
you guys have
that's
a good
gonna be
week.
that is gonna be the end of the session for tonight. Thank you all for
Well.
coming out, and I will see you all next time.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
So-
Bye.